Okay guys, we are going to continue looking at the gradient of perpendicular lines. Now before we continue, before we look at the gradient of perpendicular lines, we are going to look at what perpendicular lines are. So perpendicular lines are lines that meet at 90 degrees angle, or at an angle of 90 degrees. For example, if we have this line as line A, and for example, if we have a line like that as this being as B, then C there. If we have a line like that, this line and this line, if they are meeting at 90 degrees like that, then it means this line AB and BC are perpendicular to each other. If we try to complete this, it can be a triangle like that. It can be a triangle like that, a right-angled triangle. In a right-angled triangle, two lines meet at 90 degrees. So it means line AB and BC are perpendicular to each other. But we can't say line AC and BC are perpendicular to each other, or line AB and that line AC are perpendicular to each other. It's because they are not meeting at 90 degrees, but line AB to BC, they are perpendicular to each other because they are meeting at 90 degrees angle. So what is the relationship? The relationship between a perpendicular line and the gradient is that if we have a gradient there as M1 for line AB, and we have the gradient as M2 for gradient for line BC, when you multiply the gradient of AB multiplied by the gradient of BC, the answer should give you a -1, which implies that M1 multiplied by M2 is equal to -1. So when we multiply the gradient of AB and BC, it should give us -1. That is the relationship between the gradient of perpendicular lines. So we are going to look at an example. So for example, if we are told to say if A is equal to -2, -4, then B is 2, -1, and C is equal to 5, -5. And we are told to say show that A, B is perpendicular. How can we show that? So we are told to show AB, not BC or AC. We are told to say show that AB is perpendicular. Sorry, we are told to show, just in a single line, we are told to show that AB is perpendicular to BC. So if we are told to say show that line AB, or show that AB is perpendicular to BC, it means we can even illustrate the information there on a diagram by saying this. We are assuming to say this is line A, B, and maybe line BC is like that, in form of that, or we say C is that side. So it means these 2 points are A is -2, -4. Then B, we have 2, -1, and C we have 5, -5. It means those are the points that we have, and we are told to show if line AB is perpendicular to BC. So we are going to use the gradient formula by finding first the gradient of A, B. Also, we also find the gradient of BC, and we show if it is going to give us negative 1 when we multiply the gradient of A, B multiplied by the gradient of B, C. If it will give us negative 1, then it means these two lines are perpendicular. So we'll start by finding the gradient of A, B, which is gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This will be, we'll get the points for, we'll get the coordinates for A and B because we are finding line AB, the gradient of line AB. So this will be our y2, which is negative 1 minus our y1 is negative 4 minus negative 4 over our x2, it is 2 there, 2 minus our x1 is negative 2, so negative 2. So our gradient will be equal to, this will be negative multiplied by negative, it will be positive, so it will be negative plus 4, which will give us positive 3 over, here it will be negative multiplied by negative, which will be positive, which will give us 4. So it means we have found the gradient for AB. We also want to find the gradient of BC. So gradient BC will be equal to M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which will be, we are using now the coordinates of BC. So BC, we are using this coordinate and the coordinate of C. So this will be our y2, which will be negative 5 minus, then our y1 will be negative 1, so it will be minus 1 there over, this is our x2, which is 5 minus, then our x1, which is 2. This will give us, so it will be negative 5 plus 1, because here it will be negative multiplied by negative, so it is negative 5 plus 1, which will give us negative 4 over 2 minus, or 5 minus 2, it will give us positive 3. So our gradient for BC is negative 4 over 3. Now we want to show if these two lines are perpendicular. So we'll get the line for AB. So multiplying AB multiplied by BC, which would give us negative 1. So our M1 is 3 over 4, which is positive. Our M2 is equal to negative 4 over 3. So we are saying M1 multiplied by M2 should give us negative 1. So we are saying our M1 is 3 over 4 multiplied by our M2 is negative 4 over 3. This gives us 3 multiplied by negative 4, this is negative 12. We are saying this should give us negative 1, negative 1. Then 4 multiplied by 3, it is 12. Then 12 into 12, 12 into negative 12, it will give us negative 1, which is equal to negative 1. So this shows that these two lines AB and BC are perpendicular, because when we multiply the gradient of line AB, which is 3 over 4, and when we multiply the gradient of BC, which is negative 4 over 3, it is giving us negative 1. So this shows that these lines are perpendicular to each other.